After more than 6 decades of life and having experienced 2 separate marriages, I find myself still yearning for connection and warmth. There's a certain kind of longing that doesn't fade with age. It simply changes shape and form. A gentle whisper reminding me that companionship remains essential. So, I often catch myself dreaming of the next partner that fate might have waiting for me, a person whose spirit calls out to mine. I trust that destiny understands my heart's desires as well as it knows my needs. This future companion will surely be clever. There's something incredibly attractive about intelligence, graceful, spontaneous, with curves that tell stories of a life well lived and eagerly embraced. She will share the same spark of passion that still flickers within me, ready to ignite into something vibrant and real. In my mind's eye, I see her standing tall, with long, flowing chestnut hair that tumbles like a quiet stream over her shoulders and down her back, framing her figure with softness and elegance. Her eyebrows, thick and dark, mirror the natural shade of her hair, a testament to her pride in remaining true to herself, embracing the beauty she was born with. Her eyes are large and full of light, reflecting a playful curiosity and a tender excitement that makes my pulse quicken. She needs no artifice to enhance her visage. Her confidence shines through a genuine smile and the gentle glow of natural beauty. Though her frame is fuller, perfectly proportioned and balanced, it carries the strength of someone who knows the value of hard work and the joy of movement. Her shoulders, smooth yet sturdy, speak of afternoons spent tending a garden or walking beneath the sun. There's a softness there, as well a quiet femininity woven into the fabric of her being. I imagine her sitting near the cozy chair in my living room, her presence commanding yet inviting, every line of her body alive with anticipation and readiness. She's eager to share moments of tenderness and light-hearted excitement. Her energy hums beneath the surface, steady and reassuring. As I reach out, my hand moving away from the armrest of the chair, I grasp the familiar shape of my own desires, handling them with care and reverence, slowly, deliberately, savoring the connection to this imagined evening of simple joys. Today's journey won't be rushed. It's not about racing toward a destination, but enjoying each moment, feeling every sensation as it unfolds. Even as the years pass, I hold a quiet admiration for the vitality that remains present, celebrating the enduring spark of youth within. I picture her watching closely, attentive and eager, sharing in the rhythm of this private, unfolding dance. The room becomes alive with a quiet energy as the minutes slip by. The tension builds and ebbs in waves, like the gentle pulse of a slow, burning flame. I sense her near me, watching, feeling the air between us thick with anticipation. Her breathing matches mine, a subtle symphony of expectation and desire. Time seems to stretch, elongated by the depth of feeling we share without words. My hands move with practiced ease and tender respect, each gentle motion a promise, a whispered invitation to closeness. I let my mind wander, drawing strength and warmth from this imagined moment. Her smile widens, her eyes catch the light differently now, softer, deeper, full of unspoken affirmation. She begins to respond in her own way, a tender touch exploring the contours of her own self, a gentle rhythm establishing harmony between us. I watch with appreciation, moved by the intimacy created in silence, the quiet celebration of human connection. Our shared breath and soft murmurs create a melody that only we can hear, a song of longing and fulfillment sung in the space between us. With grace and patience, we build toward a crescendo of mutual delight, a harmonious symphony of body and spirit joined in joyous expression. The anticipation rises, steady and sure, each movement echoing the heartfelt desire that binds us. Even in this imagined union, I find a profound sense of peace, a reminding of the simple beauty found in connection and presence. When finally released, the moment is like a gentle wave washing over me, warm, satisfying, and profoundly renewing. In the quiet aftermath, she rests against me, her breath mingling with mine, our hearts aligning in a steady rhythm. We share a soft smile, a knowing glance that speaks louder than words ever could. The world outside fades away, leaving nothing but this serene and tender space between us. Time slows down, allowing us to linger in the afterglow of shared dreams and quiet affection. And as sleep beckons, I hold her close, thankful for the promise of tomorrow's embrace, where longing and fulfillment meet once again. The evening air settles quietly around the room as we move into a comfortable rhythm. My hand continues its gentle dance, a careful exploration that unfolds with a mix of tenderness and increasing intensity. The imagined presence beside me grows warmer, more vibrant, as if the energy between us is drawing us closer into its embrace. Her eyes lock onto mine, filled with a playful spark and an unspoken invitation to deepen this shared moment. Every subtle movement is charged with meaning, each breath a bridge connecting us in anticipation. The warmth of the connection spreads steadily, an undercurrent flowing through every thought and gesture. My fingers slide with careful attention, attuned to the subtle changes of sensation that signal the heightening of excitement. Time seems to expand and contract, the world narrowing until it centers on this delicate interplay of feeling and response. I picture her watching intently, her breath hitching softly, her hands tracing gentle lines along her own curves as though echoing the rhythm that my own touch sets. This silent duet carries us forward as I shift focus, my movements becoming steadier, more deliberate. The sensation beneath my hand grows more vivid, a living pulse awakening deeper layers of comfort and desire. Even in the quiet privacy of this imagined space, I remain mindful and present, savoring each moment as it builds naturally without rush or pressure. Her response is a soft murmur, a gentle sigh that tells me she is fully engaged, sharing this intimate escape together. Though the scene unfolds quietly, there is an undeniable power in the connection, the way two beings, real or imagined, can bridge distance and time with empathy and shared energy. I feel the harmony between us strengthen, a silent affirmation that these moments of closeness are both precious and deeply healing. The touch becomes more confident, yet retains its softness, a testament to the patience and care that come with experience. I am wrapped in the warmth of the fantasy, carried by the waves of sensation and the depth of emotional connection. In this unfolding journey, I sense the landscape of sensation shifting gently. Muscles relax and tension builds just enough to heighten awareness. My hand guides with gentle precision, knowing when to encourage and when to ease back, creating a balance that fosters comfort and excitement in equal measure. Her gaze never wavers, a beacon of encouragement and desire that strengthens my own resolve to honor the moment fully. Together, we exist in a bubble of shared presence, a sanctuary where nothing else matters but this exchange of warmth and connection. As the flow intensifies, so does the interplay of touch and reaction. Every gentle pressure, every stroke becomes a language spoken in the silent vocabulary of comfort and yearning. I take pleasure in the delicate layers of sensation, the way the skin responds eagerly to familiarity. Her hands join the conversation, moving slowly as if mirroring the motions that my own create. The air is thick with unspoken promises, the kind that only time and trust can nurture. I find solace in this communion, a comforting refrain in the symphony of our shared experience. Even as the energy surges, it remains grounded by the quiet tenderness that underlies every gesture. The beauty of the moment lies not only in sensation, but in the mutual respect and care that govern our interaction. Her smile, soft and genuine, lights the room in a way that transcends the physical. It is a connection rooted in empathy, a reminder that intimacy is as much about the heart as it is about the body. We move together, attuned to each other's rhythms, creating a dance that's as much about presence as it is about passion. The crescendo approaches gently, a wave building steadily over time. I feel it in the tightening grip of my hand, the quickening cadence of breath, the warm flush spreading through my chest. Her own responses mirror the rising tide, a crescendo of feeling that threads itself through every movement and expression. In this shared space of anticipation, I find a sense of peace and fulfillment. It's not solely the promise of release, but the journey toward it that enriches the experience, an ongoing dialogue of trust and mutual care. And then, in the quiet glow of this unfolding moment, we reach a peak that washes over us in waves, a soft, sustaining rush that leaves a lingering warmth in its wake. The room feels charged with the residue of joy and closeness, a sacred space that holds the memory of shared vulnerability and delight. She leans closer, resting her head lightly against my shoulder, and I cradle her with a gentle strength, both of us savoring the lingering echoes of connection. In the aftermath, there is a stillness, a gentle slowing of time that invites rest and reflection, wrapping us in a tender embrace where words are unnecessary, and presence is everything. As the evening deepens, our connection grows even more vivid, the room filled with a quiet intensity that hums beneath the surface. The imagined moment unfolds gently like the slow opening of a delicate flower, each movement deliberate, purposeful, yet tenderly unhurried. My hand moves with practiced ease, skillfully exploring while honoring the boundaries written by both desire and respect. There is an unspoken understanding, a silent pact between two souls engaging in a private dance of warmth and tenderness. I imagine her nearby, radiating a serene confidence as she watches, her eyes reflecting both amusement and admiration. Her presence an anchor in this shared space where time seems suspended and nothing else matters. The energy between us simmers steadily, a deeply satisfying undercurrent of anticipation, mingling with calm assurance. She shifts slightly, her breath soft and even, a subtle response to the rhythm unfolding between us. Her hands move with gentle curiosity across her own form, tracing familiar lines with a reverence that mirrors the care I take in this moment. Each glance, each quiet sigh carries layers of meaning, a language created through patience and mutual understanding. It's a connection that thrives not just on physicality, but on a profound shared awareness, where vulnerability is met with kindness and desire is wrapped in gentle care. My thoughts wander to the beauty of this encounter, the way subtle shifts in movement and touch convey volumes. The balance between eagerness and restraint forms a delicate tension, heightening every sensation and deepening the shared experience. My hand glides with slower, purposeful strokes, allowing the warmth of the moment to accumulate naturally. The imagined scene expands beyond the physical, blossoming into an emotional landscape filled with trust, easy laughter, and shared comfort. She leans forward with a playful smile, eyes twinkling with delight, encouraging as much as teasing, inviting me to continue this tender exploration. As the pace gently quickens, so does the harmony between us. The quiet room becomes a sanctuary of shared vulnerability where nothing is hurried or forced. There is grace in the way we communicate without words, in the way her breathing matches my own, in the subtle shifts of gaze and gesture that signal mutual encouragement. My hand moves with increasing confidence but never abandons the softness that had initially set the tone. The warmth swelling beneath the surface grows into a crescendo of emotion as well as sensation, a symphony that unites body and spirit in reassuring harmony. The imagined energy overflows into a flowing dance patient, tender and alive. I see her eyes close briefly, a contented sigh escaping softly, signaling a quiet surrender to the moment's beauty. She wraps her arms gently around herself, fingers brushing over tender places with a loving touch that mirrors mine. I sense that though this is a private journey, it is also one of shared discovery, of two people joined not only by desire but by empathy and joy in the simple act of presence. The rhythm gradually amplifies, each movement building on the one before with natural ease. There is a delicious tension, the kind that makes the heart pulse with eagerness and quiet excitement. My hand sways between steady, gentle strokes and more confident, sure touches, riding the rising tide of feeling that threads through this connection. Her breath deepens, her body responds with subtle shifts that tell me she is sharing more deeply in this unfolding story, a trust that rewards patience with intimacy. In this sacred space, the interplay between anticipation and release feels like a gift, a celebration of self and shared comfort wrapped in gentle affection. Finally, the moment arrives, a peak of shared delight that radiates warmth and joy. It washes through me like a tide, steady and fulfilling, a wave that leaves behind a glowing stillness. The room softens in the aftermath, filled with the quiet hum of contentment and tenderness. She settles into my embrace, the contact simple yet profound, her presence offering reassurance as we drift into a calm interlude. This is a pause to cherish, a bridge between moments, a promise that connection can endure beyond the fleeting peak, rooted deeply in mutual care and respect. Together, we rest in the gentle quiet, wrapped in the comfort of shared understanding and the simple joy of being close. As the evening flow continues, the atmosphere in the room becomes charged with a deeper sense of connection and warmth. The energy between us hums softly, a gentle current weaving through every glance and touch. My hands explore with increasing confidence and tenderness, moving in harmony with the ebb and flow of shared emotion. Each moment feels rich with meaning, a silent conversation spoken through gestures and breaths rather than words. I imagine her standing close by, her eyes full of playful anticipation as she watches the rhythm build, the subtle dance of presence and desire unfolding between us. There's a tenderness in her expression, a warmth that invites me further into this quiet, intimate world we create together. I take my time, savoring the sensations that ripple through me as my hand moves with both care and experience. The softness of skin beneath my fingers and the gentle responsiveness I imagine so vividly create a tapestry of sensation that is both grounding and exhilarating. The awareness of her nearby, her subtle shifts and gentle sighs fills the space with a comforting resonance. I am reminded that true closeness is built on patience and mutual attentiveness, on the tender exchange of trust and enthusiasm that nurtures intimacy beyond physicality. Her fingers trace lightly along her own curves, mirroring the touch I offer in this shared moment, a silent affirmation of unity and tenderness. As the minutes pass, the rhythm grows steadier, a harmonious balance between longing and ease. My hands' movements shift, becoming more deliberate, yet retaining the gentleness that first drew out this mutual warmth. The imagined scene pulses with life, the interplay of breath, glance, and touch, weaving a delicate narrative of connection. Her gaze meets mine with a quiet intensity, a playful sparkle that says she shares my anticipation without the need for words. I feel the build within myself not as a rush to a destination, but as a natural flow of energy, an unfolding story told in the language of care and subtle excitement. There's a poetry in this gentle crescendo, the merging of experience and desire guided by respect and attentiveness. The room feels alive with the quiet music of shared closeness, each movement and sigh adding to the symphony. She leans in slightly, a soft smile playing on her lips, and the warmth of her presence becomes a steadying force, echoing the rhythm set by my own hands. I imagine her breath quickening just a bit, a tender response to the growing connection between us, a silent dance of encouragement and delight. The dynamic is both familiar and fresh, a tender renewal that breathes new life into the timeless act of companionship. Movement and stillness blend seamlessly as the scene progresses toward its peak. I feel the surge of sensation building, a private wave that carries both physical pleasure and emotional fulfillment. The dance of fingers and glancing eyes carries us with it, patient, attentive, joyful, and together we ride the rising tide of warmth and closeness. She responds with subtle shifts, her body language a gentle echo of my own eagerness and restraint. The shared breath between us deepens, a wordless connection that bridges the space and speaks of trust, joy, and mutual care. There is beauty in this interplay, a harmony born of attention and tenderness that transcends any momentary thrill. The crescendo finally unfolds like a gentle wave cresting and rolling over us, leaving a radiant calm in its wake. The sensation washes through every fiber of being, a warm, fulfilling embrace that radiates quiet satisfaction and peace. I imagine her relaxing into my arms afterwards, the softness of skin against skin grounding us in the shared aftermath of joy. The room holds a tranquil stillness, heavy with the sweet residue of contentment and closeness. We remain together in this sacred pause, hearts aligned and breath slowing, wrapped in the comfort of mutual presence. In this quiet, tender space, there is a profound gratitude for connection, for understanding, and for the gentle promise that this closeness can exist beyond any single moment, carried forward by trust and care that lasts. The quiet intimacy between us deepens as the evening unfolds into a gentle closeness that feels both familiar and new. There's a softness in the air, a stillness that wraps around us like a warm blanket, inviting calm and connection. Her presence near me is comforting, a living echo of the trust and affection that have blossomed in these shared moments. My hands move with gentle curiosity, exploring with the same care and attentiveness that have guided every step of this imagined encounter. The sensations are vivid yet tender, a dance of touch and response that feels timeless and renewing. I can sense her watching me closely, her eyes alive with quiet encouragement and playful delight, as if cheering on this private journey we share together. The rhythm between us is steady now, a balanced exchange of energy and grace. My fingers move thoughtfully, attuned to every subtle change beneath my touch, allowing the sensation to flow naturally and freely. Her own responses meet mine in a soft harmony. A gentle touch here, a slight shift there, a silent dialogue that deepens the intimacy and trust between us. The room seems to breathe with us, the ambient light casting a warm glow that heightens the sense of closeness. In this moment, the world outside fades away, leaving only the serenity of our connection, a peaceful haven from the rush and noise beyond. I imagine her inviting me closer, her hands reaching out with a gentle warmth that welcomes and reassures. The contact is both grounding and exhilarating, a reminder that true connection is about presence and acceptance. We move together through this shared space, exploring not only physical closeness but also the emotional depth that underlies every gesture. Her smile holds a quiet affection, a knowingness that enriches the moment and encourages me to be fully present. As our breaths sync, I feel an unspoken promise echo between us, a promise of care, respect, and mutual appreciation that transcends any fleeting impulse. The flow of sensation grows richer and more complex, each movement weaving into the next with beautiful continuity. My hands chart the familiar landscape with renewed appreciation, guided by the soft responses she offers in return. There is a tenderness in this exchange, an unhurried unfolding of feeling that honors both anticipation and fulfillment. Her laughter, light and spontaneous, breaks the stillness now and then, reminding me that joy is an essential thread in the tapestry of connection. Together, we navigate this gentle crescendo, allowing it to build naturally without pressure or expectation, savoring the process as much as the outcome. My focus widens beyond the immediate physical to embrace the profound emotional resonance that grows alongside it. The sense of closeness sparks a quiet joy deep within, a warm glow of shared understanding and acceptance. I imagine her reaching out to touch my arm, her fingers tracing light patterns that feel like whispered affirmations. There is beauty in this mutual support, a grace that flows effortlessly between us. As our closeness grows, so does the feeling that this moment is part of something larger, a continuing story written in trust and affection, a bond that holds steady even as time passes. As the momentum gently peaks, the sensation swells with sweet intensity, never overwhelming but perfectly balanced by the steady compassion that wraps around us. The connection blossoms into a wave of feeling that leaves a soothing trail of fulfillment and ease. In this quiet aftermath, we settle effortlessly into each other's presence. She rests her head softly against my chest, and I wrap my arms around her in a protective, loving embrace. The world outside remains distant, its noise and haste fading into nothingness. Here, in this cocoon of warmth and tenderness, we find a sanctuary where intimacy transcends the physical and becomes a deeply felt expression of mutual care and respect. Finally, as calmness washes over us, we drift into a gentle closeness that invites peaceful rest. The softness of her breathing, the steady beat of her heart against mine, it all speaks of a profound connection that honors the moments lived and the promise of those yet to come. The night embraces us fully, a quiet witness to the tenderness shared and the love quietly nurtured in the space between. Tonight, as we hold each other gently, there is an unspoken gratitude for the journey, for the presence, and for the beautiful simplicity of belonging to another with open hearts and quiet joy.